Hello everyone, I represent Olabams Creations and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the exciting world of wrap pants. Are you tired of ill-fitting pants, or maybe you are just looking for that perfect blend of comfort and chic? Look no further, as you are in the right place. Get ready, because in today's video I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step how to draft your very own custom wrap pant. Grab your supplies and let's get started. I have this beautiful flowered crepe material. It is meant to be two trousers, which is about 2.5 yards. I will first fold into two along the yardage, and then I will fold over again. Mind you, all crepe materials comes in a width of 60 or even a little bit above that. Folding along the yardage will give me the length of the trouser that I'm working on. This should give me 45 inches, but then there was a bend on the fabric, so I only got 43 inches length from the fold. Afterward, I fold into two along the width to give me 30 inches when it's four folds. This is a lightweight fabric, so you need to arrange it very well. Let me demonstrate what I am saying on the pattern paper for you to see. This is my fold along the yardage, and then I folded over. So this is it. I have four folds all together. I first folded along the yardage, and then I folded over along the wove. The two folds are facing up while the other fold is facing me here. If you are a very tall person, you can actually fold more than two trousers. My own folding, which is supposed to give me 45 inches, after trimming off the excesses, it eventually gave me 43 inches. So what I'm saying in essence is you adjust the length you will put on fold based on your height. Remember, the folded sides are facing me and the open sides are facing here. Look at the open sides. I need to calculate the crotch depth, and there are different schools of thought, but what I'm going to be using here is my hips divided by 4 plus 2 or 3 inches, because this is actually a loose pant, so you don't need to have it to be too tight on you. My hips is 46. 46 divided by 4 will give me 11.5. So adding 2 inches to it will give me 13.5. So that's what I'm going to be using for my crotch depth. I will later add my 2 inches band to it, so it will make my trouser to be longer. So from this loose side that is facing me, I'm going to be measuring 7 inches. You can use more, you can use less, but 7 inches is what I am going to be marking here. I will put a mark on that 7 inches mark, and then I will come down from that folded side by my crotch depth. You know, the earlier calculated crotch depth is 13.5. Just a quick recap. You know, we went out here by 7 inches, and on the crotch depth we came down by 13.5 inches, having factored in the seam allowance, but I don't really want it to be too loose on me, so I'm going to be using 13 inches instead of 13.5 that I calculated before. Feel free to factor in your own measurement. On my crotch depth, I will still measure 7 inches, and then I will connect with the earlier 7 inches I marked up there. I will be connecting those two lines with a straight ruler. If you don't have a ruler or a pattern master, feel free to use your own freehand, but since I have, why not? So afterwards, I will now connect from the other end to this place with a curve. I'm trying to draw the crotch line. Just a quick recap. I measured 7 inches from the folded edge, then I came down I measured another 7 inches. That's on my crotch depth. That's my crotch depth, which is 13 inches. Then I measured another 13 inches. Then I squared the line and drew the curve for my crotch depth. My waist is 38. 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. So from immediately after the crotch length, I will measure my waist divided by 4. I will add an extra inch for the wrap. You can add 7, you can add 8, you can just do it as it suits you. So here I added 7 inches. So the remaining fabric that is left here is what I'm going to be managing for my band. To know what I'll be cutting off at the side, I'll just measure from the extreme end, that's from the open side. I have about 5.5. So I will measure that 5.5 down to my trouser length so that I will be able to cut it off. You know, I said what I have left is what I'm going to be using for my band. So I will measure that 5.5 inches down to my crotch length. Then I will cut it off. We will now cut out the crotch area, and while cutting I will make sure to leave half an inch as my seam allowance. What I'm trying to say is that I will not cut exactly on the chalk marking. I will now open up what I have, but before I fully open it up, you see that folded sides on the at the top part. I will cut it out because that is my waist area. If you have watched and followed me to this point, please like, share and subscribe to my channel if you are yet to do so. So what I will do next now is to take it to my sewing machine and sew at the side. If you have a serger, you are free to use your serger, but I don't have a serger at home. So you just sew round the edges. I'll take this to the sewing machine and sew round as I'm demonstrating. Serge it at the edges and at the hem, and I will come back to show you the progress report. Here I've sewn it round. Then since I didn't have a serger at home, I have gone ahead to hem it at the fore side. I forgot to mention that at the side you can equally come up by maybe 2 or 3 inches and curve it down just to give it a new outlook, but I think I'm okay. When we did our cutting, it was like this, and then we sewed it round like that at the crotch, and we equally opened it up at the top to arrive at this. What I will now do is to bring them together from the opposite sides, and you can see our trouser is as good as ready. The only thing left is for us to add our waistband. While drafting this wrap trouser, you will remember that we cut out about 5.5 inches from the side, which I said I will be using for the band. I will make sure there is a little extension at the side while fixing the band so that we can use it to tie the trouser at the sides. There is a video on the channel where I showed how to add band to a wrap skirt. I will do well to link the video in the description box below. Look at the trouser we have done so far. It's giving already. Please, if you have followed to this point, do well to like, share and subscribe to my channel. It's a way of encouraging me. Good. So that's one way to wear the trouser. Oh yeah, yes, my modeler. Okay, the next one, shey we did it from back to front abi before? Okay, now do from front to back. So this is another way to wear it. We are sweat, twerk, yeah. Yes, oh, yeah. Let me see you in the front. Yes, kelele.